Sabi ko, I miss him alive. But I don't feel myself inside. Sobrang life really worth living. I should be thankful that I'm still alive. My wife, she brought me to the best hospital, gave me the best doctors, gave me the best team to help me. I love you.
You're listening to Mike Chan Longevity, where we delve into the art and science of aging optimally. With Michael Chan as your host, embark on a journey to discover the secrets of a vibrant, ageless life.
Hi there, Mike Chan here, Gaia Longevity. You know, in the past videos that we did, we've always been talking about longevity medicine, optimizing health, and living your longest and best life possible. And while a lot of you have been very, very positive, and a lot of you have been very supportive with this message, we do from time to time get messages from people who ask us what for. Why do you want to live longer when there's so much suffering in this world, when I'm suffering so much right now? Why should I even prolong life? And the easiest thing to do would actually be to ignore these comments. But after close to a decade of seeing people who have lost their health, of talking to and helping people bounce back, it's very, very hard for me to ignore these messages because I know how much these people are actually suffering. And once you see the suffering, it's actually very hard to ignore. And today we're going to be, well, we're very fortunate that we are joined by a very lovely couple who are willing to share their story with us. I'd like to say hi to Mr. and Mrs. Dennis Atienzano.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Hello.
Hi. Right. So, look, Sir Dennis, I want you to be the one to tell your story, but for our audience, I just want you guys to know something. The man sitting across from me right now is very, very different. He's not the same man we met barely a month ago. September 12th was when you joined us.
Yeah.
And back then, Sir Dennis, could you tell the audience what was your condition like back then?
Okay, as Mike said, I've been with the program for just 2 months.
No, less than a month.
Nah, September 12, October 19, it's October 20. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One month.
For a very short time, okay. I can't even move. I can't even walk for 4 steps or 5 steps from my position. And I'm the man who I think gave up on having a normal life. I just want to be waiting on what will happen. I don't wanna undergo any surgery, any treatment, any medication. I just want to be there alone.
Sorry, what was your condition back then? What happened that got
I had a massive heart attack, which I cannot accept that it was really a heart attack.
He was diagnosed with
I was diagnosed.
LAD. There was a blockage in the lower anterior descending
Nice.
vein. I don't know if it's a vein or an artery.
Or
Or was
simply
it
to be
blockage?
called Widowmaker.
Widowmaker.
I just found it out very recently.
When was this? When was the diagnosis? July.
Oh, July.
July.
But she's not telling me the real condition that I've been in.
What do you mean she wasn't there?
I told you, but you were in denial.
Okay.
I was not in denial. You just didn't tell me. But I can feel it. Well, I thought it was just an ordinary parang breakdown lang. But
So when you say breakdown, describe. How did what happened?
people from the ambulance who responded to my situation during the time just told me baka may possibility bumagsak na yung sugar ko.
So
Okay.
the sugar.
So, naisip na naman, thyroid-related na naman yung problema ko, di ba? I keep on living in denial, to be honest. So, I was really weak, which I really don't want to accept. But after going out of the hospital, so what happened when I was treated at the St. Luke's, they told me that I have an 80% blockage of a vein in my heart. I didn't even try to find out which vein is it. So I told them, then so just let it be. I will not undergo any angioplasty. I will not undergo anything. Just let me go.
You were accepting.
Yeah, but what I told my wife is I'll recover on my own. I always do. But after going home, I realized I was totally wrong.
So Dennis, talk to us about your past history. Were you sickly when you were young? What?
I'm not sickly. That's the reason why I didn't want to undergo anything. Because sabi ko, my body will heal itself.
When you were young, because when we met you, you were about 40 pounds heavier.
I was about 80, 90 pounds heavier. Yeah.
And you were saying you were always like this.
I was always like that. I'm a guy who's very competitive. I'm an athletic guy. But nobody would believe me when once they saw me when I was still suffering from the illness that I had. I was so big. I was so big.
You were 100.
290. 290 pounds. 290 pounds. And after ito, how many weeks?
You're down to 98.
Oh, well,
What is one?
with the kilos, I was about 130 kilos. So right now I'm on the range of 98 kilos.
Fantastic.
After
After
months and a week, I said.
After about a month and a week. But more importantly, when I met you, so let's just a step back. For people who are watching, I want them to have a sense of how desperate the situation was when we first met you. You said, I remember you saying you had no more will to live.
yeah, I'm the kind of guy who can't even tie his own shoes. I can't even wear my pants. I can't even reach the body that I need to clean. Part of my body that I need to clean. And my wife has been very patient in doing that for me. I was that kind of guy. After to be short, I was already considering myself as a garbage, just waiting to be thrown away. I was that. I was frustrated. I was angry. In fact, as I was telling you a while ago, all the members in our family had very different experiences.
Painful experience.
Painful experience with me on how I shouted, how I became an irate person.
But you didn't realize it back then?
I always use the excuse that they were just talking to the empty shell of me and to the meds. But the thing is, I always remember things.
Okay, may I ask, right? So what was it like living with somebody who is in that condition? What was it like living with your
It was difficult. There were a couple of times I walked out of the house. I left the house. I really needed me. I couldn't stand it anymore. I left. He was telling me, he was messaging me, I need you. I cannot drink I won't drink my medicine if you don't come home. Just do as you please. If you don't want to drink, do it. I'm so tired. Just let me go. 2 days I didn't go home, right?
Yeah.
And then I waited for him to apologize. He started, and then I went back. And I was thinking about it. I realized when every time I watch him, I see him in pain, and I see how difficult it was. I just prayed. I said, before that, I was praying for him. I prayed. Every night I pray, please help him recover. And there was a time I was so tired, maybe a week, more than a week. I changed the way I prayed. I said, please, Lord, please, I pray for patience. I pray for myself. I pray that I'm able to understand so that I'm able to help him. He was super angry. Every day was just a different intensity of anger. But you should expect that.
I can smell myself. I'm thinking, but I can't do anything about it. Even if I go to the bathroom, I can't even clean myself. So I was so angry. Everybody experienced the anger.
Yes.
Yeah, and I understand the frustration because before, he's very independent. The kind of couple that we are, we do things on our own. I drive, he drives. He wants to go somewhere, I go somewhere.
We go to a party.
We go to a party.
We arrive with different cars.
We're very independent and we're used to doing things on our own. And there was a time, I guess, I understand the frustration on his end because all of a sudden you have to depend on someone for every single thing. right? Like walking to the
Yeah, to the
toilet, which
toilet.
is just like 20 steps away. I have to help him get up out of the chair, help him get out of the bed. I had to help him. So
Actually, helping me get out of the chair is a big task.
yeah, so I understood the frustration because he used to do things on his own.
Yeah.
So very independent. All of a sudden, you're just nothing. You're just dependent. You just really can't do anything on your own. So I understood the frustration. So every time I get frustrated myself, I just think about how difficult, maybe more difficult it was for him. And there, after that, I said, I'm not gonna get angry anymore. I'm not gonna retaliate. I will understand. And that is the start of maybe how things.
Until the day came that she told me that she wants me to meet you.
Yeah.
I was also very angry when she told me that. Why will I go to that place?
So I was angry.
Right. You know, it was actually your wife who did reach out to us. And now I can see why. Right? That was a very desperate situation. But what did you feel when your wife told you that she wanted you to meet us?
At first I really don't, I'm not interested. Like now, I have to get a driver to drive me to your place. Like if I can drive there, then ayoko na, ayoko. I just don't want. Then a friend came over to drive for me. Pinagalitan ko rin.
You got mad at the friend.
I got my friend. Why we have to go there? Sabi ng wife mo, dahil kita doon, hindi ko na.
So he was really good. But he was also doesn't really well. Actually, I think it's worthy to talk about how we met. Because prior to him getting sick, I already wanted him to be part of this program.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
That was like a year before
Right.
this happened.
Right.
But I knew I wanted to get him into the program, but I also didn't have a sense of urgency because maybe there was also no reason.
I remember
To do
that.
so.
I met your wife in one of our clinics and we got to talking about longevity medicine in passing and she said, I want you to meet my husband.
Yeah.
And it took you
A year.
before you got back to us.
The only reason why I called you back is because something happened.
Because of the heart. Yeah. So that's one of the messages that we want to get out. Please, a lot of people wait until something really bad happens. And by then, it's such an uphill struggle. But I can understand a lot of people are that way.
Yeah, I remember the reason why I went to is because I wanted him to be sweet. That was it.
That was it.
Remember, I was talking to you, I was asking, what is this about? Can you just send us the food and
Exactly.
just send the food, we'll eat the
To be more
food.
convincing,
I will lose weight.
I'm on stage 4 or 5 obesity. I'm a heavy smoker. I don't sleep well. That's how I was before. Now I'm a totally different person.
So talk to us about today, right? So
Okay, after meeting you left something in me that really made me think. And you did something that's very effective.
which is
After the food that you've been sending me, I felt comfort. I was able to breathe. So I became curious. What more? If I can recover the 80% blockage of my heart still, I didn't know how important that vein was.
right.
We had a second opinion, and that's the reason why the doctor whom we talked to for that second opinion wasn't very happy talking to us.
Why?
It was like talking to somebody who's not giving you any hope. And he just doesn't want to tell me straight on my
There's
face.
no hope. Actually,
There's no hope.
yeah.
Because it's lag. Lower anterior descending.
Vein?
Vein.
Or is it right? Oh.
So Dennis, just to be clear, prior to meeting us, were you already talking to other doctors about the conditions?
Just one.
Or just one?
Because as I said, I'm a very stubborn person. I'm very hard to get along with person. When I talk, I want everybody to listen, but I don't listen. Diba? I just profess myself, pinapakaya ko ng medicine ko. Pinapakaya ko ng doktor na yun. And masasabi ko, I'll just be able to talk to a professional which convinces me to.
Right. Okay.
So sabi ko, sino ba yung Mike na yun? Di ba? Why do I have to wait for him to go back from Singapore?
Yeah.
Back then,
Yeah,
yes.
telling him, you have to wait.
Sino bang magaling na tao yun?
It's really honest.
Sabi ko, you just decide, you just buy these things that I want to eat.
Yeah.
And you know, I was telling your wife, I was telling Mitzi, it's not about the food, it's about longitudinal care, it's about data tracking and everything that we've done.
Which I never understood.
Yeah, it's very hard for people to understand how precision medicine works, but there's something I wanted to ask you. We often talk about longevity medicine as just simply precision interventions with habits to support good health instead of the way most people live, which is very randomly.
Yes.
They do stuff that damage their body and they don't even know. Or even if they know, they assume, no, it's okay, I'll
That's
recover,
us.
right?
That's us. And we are a perfect example of that. Because we're 50, we're both 50. And our whole 50 years of existence, we probably got sick maybe thrice.
Yeah.
5 times. We don't get sick. That's why we're not believers of
We don't get sick.
health related whatever.
Prevention and
Whatever. We don't believe it because we have always thought
Same with my parents. they
we
don't
can
get sick.
survive anything. We're not sick anywhere. We don't need it. That's why we're not careful. We're not careful people. We eat what we want to eat. We drink when we want to drink. We party what does this mean? We party when we want to party. We don't sleep if we don't feel like sleeping. Because we thought that we can do it. It doesn't affect us anyway.
We also
We
didn't
live-
notice that doing that, having that kind of practice makes us drift apart from each other.
so how was the relationship like
Better.
before? I mean,
Before?
Before,
or
well, she's my wife.
and that was it.
That was it.
No, make it sound so bad.
It was so bad. It was so bad. She even wants to spend some occasions that should be spent with me with her friends. So I have to spend that occasion with my friends too. Then just bad her.
You know, but so here's the funny thing. The funny thing was, yeah, when we first met, you actually told us prior to meeting you. She said, you know, my husband is in a lot of pain. Just please excuse, please excuse. And we knew that there was a strain. You know, you can see it. You can see the strain. And you can see the strain. We were talking about it with my team, with our doctors on the way home. There was a strain. And when I just want you guys to know, Sir Dennis just recently celebrated his 52nd birthday. Happy birthday, belated happy birthday a couple of weeks ago. And what was very, very touching for us was that he chose to spend his birthday. I mean, he visited us on the day of his birthday. He says, I'm going to come to your clinic. He never went before. Never went. We had to come to him, right? And he visited us in the clinic. I saw a very different person. And what was really amazing for all of us, what was really heartwarming was the fact that, you know, you walked out holding hands. You guys were a very different couple. Tell us about that. What changed?
Well, like we've been telling each other, this episode in my life, a lot of people will consider this as a bad episode of somebody's life.
Yes.
But for us, it is somewhat something to celebrate. Celebrate about. It's like a reboot, it's like a reset in terms of our relationship with each other, in terms of my relationship with people around me, with my family. I've been a very different person after that incident. And I don't have any regrets. I'm so happy right now. And as I've said, I haven't been this light. I haven't feeling this well since about 20 or 25 years ago. I haven't felt myself there was a time I went home, the first time I drove myself, then I can't get out of the car. When she was finally able to get me out of my car, umakap ko sa kanya you know what I told her. Sabi ko, I was gonna miss you in my life. But I don't feel myself inside. sobrang nakaka-touch. I don't feel myself living. I'm just alive.
What do you mean?
I don't feel myself. I don't feel myself. Imagine that. You are inside you, but you don't feel yourself.
You feel empty.
I'm the kind of person who jokes a lot. Ngayon, alam ko lang to do is to get angry and to strive. Pati pag-akit sa car ko, I can't even do it. I'm so pitiful. So, if you have noticed when you went to our place, I wasn't even prepared to meet you. I didn't even dress up. I was just sitting there, and that's my part of my nest. I wouldn't stand there until somebody would help me to go up. Now, I feel so young. I feel so young.
Now you're coming together.
Really?
You know why we actually don't get to spend a lot of time before this happened? Because I love shopping. I love walking. 5 days of my life I spend in the office. Weekdays I want to spend shopping, only go around. But it cannot go with me.
But by the way, my wife is very generous. Even if I'm not doing anything, I still have the power to buy. She argued with a lot of credit cards, but I never used them. I was just trying my life.
Right. There was no point in buying.
There's no point in buying. There's no point in dressing up. There's no point in taking a bath. There's no point in cleaning yourself. There's no point in wearing my new shoes. We go a lot of times when we go to Japan. We will be buying a lot of pairs of shoes talaga. I won't be able to use that.
Yeah.
Aminin ko.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned offhand that you couldn't even tie your shoes.
Ako ba nagagalit? Why did you buy that kind of shoes for me? Gusto ba akong I can't even tie my shoes. So, in fact, I have a shoehorn that is this long.
Yeah, yes, no.
Yeah.
Everything should be specialized for me. I do not conform. I want the world to conform to me.
May I ask, now that you're much better, now that you are on the path to full recovery, right? Do you find purpose in life again?
Of course, I feel that life is really worth living. I should be thankful that I'm still alive. I'll be with my daughter for a long time. I'll be with her for a long time. I'll be with my family for a long time. So my first request was, let's have a very nice outing for this long weekend. That's fun. That will be October 31 to what to?
Did I tell you
No.
that when he was like in the eye of the storm, we called the priest.
Really?
Yeah, we wanted to, what do you call that? Extreme unction.
It's the anointing of the sea.
He was just really
It's the final sacrament to be given to a priest, Roman Catholic.
Why? Why do you have to call the priest? It's
Because,
like,
well,
Jesus,
sabi ko,
do this for me.
I feel that I'm going. And I don't want to go and suffer the fires of hell. I'm already suffering fires of hell here on earth. So I just want to have that promise of not going to hell if you
Except
go
I'm
through
just
those.
gonna be prepared.
That's what
I
I'm
know
prepared.
I'm going.
And it's a good thing, the priest that we were able to get gave me a straight passport. You don't have to confess, I will already forgiven you all your sins. You can go anytime. So like I said, yung na-experience namin, we just make it parang joke time na lang. Like my daughter, meron siyang phrase na ang sinabi ko daw sa kanya, hindi kita kailangan.
You told your daughter you didn't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was helping him walk.
Your daughter?
Yeah, your daughter was helping him.
Mas manipis pa sa yun.
My daughter's really thin. Really thin.
Right.
So I don't need you. Don't help me. And then she walked away crying.
You believe, my sister's experience with me was, pasado kang magaling, sana ikaw nagpaano yung plastic. My brother-in-law, kung hindi mo kaya makinig, huwag na tayo mag-usap. Siya, grabe daw
Every
recorded it.
single day,
I
I were the pain. I'm sure you saw me. I look really different.
Ang winner talaga, yung help namin sa
The
bahay.
household help.
The household help, I consider her as part of the family. Siya ang pinakamatindi, sabi ko doon sa kanya, papakainin kita.
So for those of you who don't understand
Put some titles.
yeah, sometimes, but he essentially said he was going to kill. That was how frustrating it was. Right? That was how frustrating it was.
Yes.
Every day was hell in the house. Every single day.
And this went on for how long?
Quite long.
Maybe
long.
3 weeks.
Quite long.
3 weeks.
Even after it came,
Because we were in the
a few days
hospital
back.
for a week. We were hoping the next week, we were hoping he'd recover. Because remember I was telling you, we always self-heal. Sometimes you get sick. We self-heal. We don't even drink
I have a name for everybody.
We self-heal. As in, we were just really waiting for him to recover. So, because you're taking your meds, I was expecting he was going to feel better soon. In fact, even he tried to ride this motorcycle. 2 days after getting out of the hospital, took his motorcycle.
Seriously?
Yeah, drove maybe 12, 15 kilometers, went to the wake of our aunt, and then went home. But going there, he was okay. Going home, he felt really bad. And that's the only time he realized that he wasn't okay.
She wasn't getting
So
it.
I said, just rest, drink your meds, religiously, just rest. Everything's going to be okay.
So if I'm
recover.
going out, I better not drive my motorcycle. I just better take my car. So I did that, but still just the same. Any continuous motion
Yeah.
that I do weakens me so much.
We were both in denial because we thought, because the hospital didn't say anything, that it was super bad. So we thought that this was mild heart attack. Remember when
Right,
he
yeah,
first talked,
right.
he said it's just a mild heart attack. So we didn't realize how bad it was.
You know what Mike told me? There's no such thing as mild heart attack. You should always be thankful that you survived that attack.
Right.
Still here. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike, for that. Really.
Yeah, and then, that happened next. So we were waiting to recover, but he never recovered. And now was time he came to the house. A week later,
After I met Mike, I liked Mike. But when he told me that I better go undergo the angioplasty, I became irritated
Okay,
again.
sorry. May I? Let's go back a bit, right? So
Yeah.
the doctors, since the incident, the doctors have been advising you to get an aneurysm.
No.
yes.
It's not that it's really...
I'll be the one to text.
Right, okay.
Say this because I'm the one who knows it.
Okay.
So the doctor said, initially, when he had angio,
Brand.
no, I think that 2D echo and
It was
other
CT
tests.
angiogram. CT
Not yet,
angiogram.
not yet. So the doctor said he had to undergo angiogram
Okay.
because the heart health is not good, the troponin is very high.
Right.
So based on the 2D echo and all the other tests that he did, he has to go undergo an angiogram. And the likelihood of doing angioplasty is high, or even maybe a bypass, depending on what they see. So he was told that. So they were telling him about the heart health is not beating as strong. I
The
think.
ejection fraction is very low.
Very low. The ejection fraction is very low, and there's problems with the liver and the kidneys and all that. But they have to observe because they didn't know if it's because of the heart. So, but they said, do the angiogram. Let's see if we need to do angioplasty or worst case, bypass. He was there. Before that, he was very happy because he was feeling better that day. When he heard that, he got angry again. After the doctor left, he got so frustrated. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm feeling better. Are you saying? And yeah, they're just out there to get money from us. So he told the doctor, I don't want to go through anything. No angiogram, no angioplasty,
No
bypass, all the more, no. If I have to do bypass, let me just die. He said that to the doctor. So the doctor said, it's up to you, I cannot force you. But I think, so the doctor was just convincing him to do angiogram. So when the doctor left, we thought, I said, just do the angiogram. okay, if you don't want to do the angioplasty, even if you need to do it, sige, let's not do it anymore. Let's not do it yet. But
Do the angiogram.
just do the angiogram, so at least we know what we're dealing with. So we did the angiogram. The doctor said 80% doctorage, but I don't think he should do the angioplasty just yet. So me, because I wanted to think positive, took it lightly. So I go, hey, we don't have to do angioplasty. That means there's
You know why?
something wrong with it.
You know why?
Yes, but
Because the chances are so dim.
That's why. He only found out about that later on. So I said, oh, I know angioplasty, good, let's go.
okay, so fast forward, you begin the program, you begin to lose the weight, you begin to feel better. We talk to you again about the angioplasty.
Yeah, and that made me curious. So what if, I told myself, what if I could recover that 80% blockage that I have right now? And it turned out we were all right.
So what made you decide at that point to change?
I want to live a happier life, a better quality of life.
What was the difference before then and when we...
Because I've noticed, because of your program, I was able to breathe better. I was able to feel better. So I became greedy. Like, what more if I could also have this blockage of mine removed? Actually, I still didn't know kaya pala nag-second opinion ako, hindi rin maganda yung sinasabi.
The prognosis was
Yes.
good, right? I told you about it.
Yeah,
So the doctor wasn't as optimistic. So there's like when we were talking to him, it felt like, is this it? This is the end? No more hope? Because he was saying, no, but you're not, there's no
You prolong your life a little bit. Oh my God.
But there's no guarantee that you're gonna get better.
right. You know, this is the interesting thing. Our doctor knows your doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. The guy who was going to do the angioplasty, he says, I don't know whatever you said to him or whatever you did to make him change his mind,
Yeah.
but we couldn't convince him to do the angioplasty. And the really remarkable thing is, from yeah, we can try to do it, but we don't know if you'll survive. To you were in and out in 2 days.
Yeah.
And you were surprised.
You were in and out.
I mean, you've lost so much weight.
Yeah.
Right.
It's even feeling my tummy like that.
Right.
The doctor is also very happy to see him much better.
Di ba, yung doctor is quite popular, pero
Your doctor is, according to our doctor, is one of the best in the field. So for him to be
well, I admitted my mistake.
Yeah, you did.
I
You did.
I took my hat off to Dr. Chan.
So anyway,
But-
one of the reasons I need to tell you this, because when he was starting the program, you had no idea what it will be like.
Tell me.
You know our diet. You've seen our diet on Fridays, right? The saltiest of them all, the fattiest of them all, and that's what we
As I said, I'm the boss. Whatever I want to eat should be there on the table.
And the feeling was before, so guys, just let me eat what I want. It's not like I'm going to eat a lot of it anyway. If I used to eat like a plate full of it, I'll just get a small plate, a small cup of it. So just let me eat it. That's how we think. But it was still, we love Patis, we love
all of those. Yeah.
soy sauce.
Everything everybody else loves.
We love pork.
Yes.
How hard was it to transition from regular diet to longevity diet?
To be honest, the first time I saw your food,
He wanted to quit.
I was to turn the table.
Just to let everybody understand, the way we do it is we would normally transition a person from a
In
conventional.
my case, it wasn't just a transition.
Yeah, in your case, we had no wiggle room, we had no runway.
Yeah.
There's no transition period. We have to get him on the longevity diet right now today. So
Yeah.
we were keeping our fingers crossed. Mitzi, please convince him. Please convince him.
Yeah,
Just to try.
before, I think we need to tell them how he was before he joined the program. He couldn't even stand up. He could, but he needed help. He couldn't even stay up for like
I can't
sackcloth
go down
stairs
up the
it was.
stairs.
That's
Right.
how difficult it was.
Yeah, we were watching this so when we onboarded, we normally installed trackers, and we were looking at the steps.
Yeah.
Nothing. It
Yeah.
wasn't moving. It wasn't
Yeah.
moving. And today,
Actually, but the perfect
Today,
today.
yesterday,
Yesterday I had more than 4,000 steps.
4,000 steps. That's what-
Without shortness of breath.
that is what everybody else is doing on a daily basis. Just for you guys to understand this is what a normal person would. These are the number of steps a normal person would be taking. A person who has never had heart disease or has never suffered a heart attack. About 4,000 steps, and you're doing that now easily. Easily.
Yeah.
You know what I am? What I was before? I was a sea urchin. That's a perfect example of me. I'm just sitting at the bottom of the ocean, but nobody should get near me.
Yeah.
Nobody should touch me.
Yeah.
I'm a very dangerous species.
Oh, but he's just there standing.
But I'm just there. That's a perfect example of myself. Perfect description of myself. I'm a sea urchin.
Right.
I'll just be sitting at the bottom of the ocean, but nobody should come near me.
Nobody should, yeah. They might-
Nobody should touch me.
Right.
He started feeling better, right?
I started feeling better.
On the first day.
First day, he started feeling better. Second day, much better. Third day, he was really.
We forgot to tell them
Oh, the edema.
that my legs were used to be this big.
The edema.
Yeah, because of the edema and a lot of water is leaking.
Yep.
It's like a broken plumbing.
Yeah, water leaking up
I
the
mean,
lands.
literally water.
We have pictures actually.
Yeah.
And you know what happens? Since the water can get out naturally, they would make their own holes into my skin, and that will be the leak plumbing. It even floods my shoes. It even floods my slippers.
Yes.
And my feet was really this big.
Yeah. A lot
I
of
was
people-
this big.
Yeah. But just to tell them that it was very difficult for him to transition. Really difficult from the kind of food that we were eating to the kind of food that he had to eat. But the first day was really difficult. First day he went down, made the mistake of going down to the breakfast table and saw the usual.
The usual breakfast.
The sunny side up.
I usually
So I
eat
went
bread.
up, because he ate in the room.
That's the reason why I
room
eat
was-
inside the room.
He
Right.
cannot see what we eat because it's going to make him crave for
Right.
the food. So we bring the food to the room so that he can eat in isolation, so
Right.
that he doesn't see anything. So the first day was a struggle, but after the first day, when he woke up, he felt really better. So second day, he was more enthusiastic about eating his food, no longer looking for the bacons and the eggs. So he was really eating his food religiously. So the fruits,
You know why? I told you, the thing that inspired me most is my weight scale.
The weighing scale.
Yeah.
The first day you transition,
Yeah.
that was immediately a drop of
A drop of 4 kilos.
4 kilos.
Would you believe that? A drop of 4 kilos.
A very
Nobody would believe that.
first day.
First day.
And
First
tell
day.
them, what was your...
You-
You were excited to wake up every
I'm
day.
excited to wake up in the morning, have the weighing scale in front of me, and I can hear ding, dong, dong. That's the most exciting part of my day.
Yeah, he's always excited to wake up, go to the weighing scale.
They would just hear me doing this. Yes.
right. I wish people could see what it is because we're not just tracking his weight. It's the whole body composition.
Yeah. Then I started to notice that my legs are starting to get smaller. The water leak is starting to stop. Right.
In just a few days.
In just a few days.
Every day, you lose 2 kilos,
2
right?
kilos, 1 kilo. The successful was 1 kilo.
Right. So it's very exciting for us as well because we can see.
Some of these guys are really they really know what they're doing.
Thank you. We've been doing it for a long time. But the most important thing is we make you a partner in your journey back to health. We tell you what we see so that you see the data that we're looking at.
Yeah.
Look at your blood sugar, look at your blood pressure, look at your body composition, look at your weight. So it's a combination of the medicines, it's the combination of the food, it's the combination of the sleep. We have to fix the sleep, by the way. That's gonna come, right? But we've only been at this for about a month and a half.
Yes.
You have a long, long way to go, but what's more important here is in 6 weeks, how far you have come.
Yeah.
A totally different person. When we first met him, I was telling the staff, boy, this guy's going to be hard to deal with. But but my doctor saying, actually, sir, when you left, when we were taking our history, the guy is actually quite funny. So the guy is actually, he has a wicked sense of humor.
Yeah.
He's very funny. It's just that, he's suffering.
Yeah.
And so I was saying that I'm really looking forward to meeting this guy if he's no longer in that situation. And I told you, I think your husband and I can be friends. I like him.
Yeah.
I have wicked sense
That's
of
how we
humor.
got together. He was really, really funny. I like funny people.
I think you have a family already. Believe it or not. We talk about you almost
Every day.
Every time we have a chance to talk. But I like that guy. Actually, he was asking me if I want to shoot the. So what did you tell Mike? So I don't shoot competitively. I just shoot for me not to forget how to shoot. Maybe should that. But once the gun bat is over.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's shooting as a sport, right?
Yeah,
Shooting as a sport. We're not talking
I
about
have to
shooting.
tell you this because I'm technically an outsider looking in, but there's also a transformation the way I see it. Remember, I started out, I go to your clinic for meso, so everything's just physical for me. So I wanted to bring him to the program because I wanted him to lose weight. But 6 weeks into the program, I realized it's not just about losing weight. He feels much better.
I feel younger.
It feels younger, there's more energy. It's not just losing weight, even the mental health is
Exactly.
better. We don't fight as much, we talk. The funny guy is back.
Right,
He's gone for
right.
10 years, 15 years, now
Right.
he's back. Back to, calm conversations. So it's not
He's
just
a very smart guy.
very holistic. Oh yeah,
I don't want to
think I
tell
like
you,
it.
in a few weeks' time, you'll be having OG problems.
Foggy problems, just for you guys who don't understand what that means, it means that when the patient is so good looking that other women start laughing. So that we call that foggy problems.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to something that you said earlier because it's hard for somebody like me and maybe people who have never lost their health to understand. You have described a very horrific situation for years, very horrific, right? And for you to actually say that you would not mind, I mean, you don't have any hard feelings that you went through what you went through, that's quite difficult to understand.
At first, everything was hard for me. I had bad feelings. Well, why me?
Yeah.
But after realizing what it brought us, I considered everything as a blessing. It's a wake up call for us. As I said, it's just like rebooting, resetting. Right now, I have a better relationship with my family, especially with my wife, with my daughter, and with my health.
With the household with the household help.
Yeah. My friends like me better now. Not just because they're afraid of me. But I've become such a different person, a nicer person.
A happier person.
So, in fact, the human nature will be if you tell your siblings stop smoking, stop living that life, they won't be stopping whatever bad habits they're doing until they have experienced something painful. And I've undergone that. And so it's a wake-up call and it's a blessing. No hard feelings.
Awesome. That's incredible. Do you have any words of advice for people who are listening who may be going through the same thing or have a loved one going through the same thing?
Well, for me, who underwent that kind of experience, if you feel something a little bit different from the usual body rhythm that you have yourself checked. or stop whatever bad vices they're having. It's not worth having an illness over a stick of cigarette. Health is everything. Health is wealth. And it's true.
When you lose it, that's when you realize.
That's when you realize. You never lose hope of living. Life has a lot more things to offer. The world has a lot more things to offer. And you would realize that only if you're living a quality life.
Awesome.
That's it.
Awesome. Do you want to share with us any of your future plans now that you're on your way back to be Superman again?
Well, aside from, I'm a little worried my wife is having poking problems. I'm planning to do the things that I've left. My project is I'm rebuilding my old car. I'm rebuilding my old motorcycles. I'll be doing that again. I'm very active. I'm so active right now. So I'm just wondering what I'll do with the rest of my good quality life. I don't smoke. I don't drink. And I do not regret those things na hindi ko nagagawin. I like what I'm doing right now.
Awesome. You don't miss.
I don't miss it. Even if I'm surrounded by people smoking, it doesn't even give me what do you call it? Envy.
The envy or
Yeah, it doesn't envy. It doesn't envy me. I don't care. If you really don't want to stop smoking, then it's up to you. It's your life. But don't let me smell it. So that's the reason I told my wife, how can I go with them again? They're still living their own life. And it also makes me suffer. Seeing them and smelling them.
because you know what's down the road
I
for
know.
people.
Because I'm the heaviest smoker. I'm the number one smoker in our group. And I told them you will be saving a lot. You will be saving your health. You will be saving your money. But still, the human nature is there. They won't stop until they experience.
And these are people who had angioplasty multiple times.
Oh my God, seriously?
Yes.
Yeah, one of my friends had three times angioplasty. That's one of these.
Well, at least, I'm very, very happy that it turned out very, very well for you guys. Is there
I'm happy that I met you. I'm happy that you went to the house.
I'm happier.
Remember? You don't usually do it, but you did it for us. I'm happy that you did. Just otherwise, I wouldn't have brought him to the clinic. No way would I have been able to do that if you
Why
didn't
is it-
tell me that you are willing to go. Remember you told me, I said, I knew that I was willing. Did you do that?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So if not for that, none of this would have happened. It's
No, yeah.
beyond health, really. It's just beyond recovering the health. It's recovering the person that he was maybe 30 years ago.
Wow.
Really? Really, that's who he was 30 years ago. And you're just
This man that I'm talking to right now.
Yes. Except slimmer.
We'll get there. We'll get there. I know we'll get
I'm
there.
at 98 kilos now.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm at 98.
Yeah, but really, it's more than. That's why he appreciates it, but or more appreciative.
May I ask,
What?
it was actually your wife who convinced us to go. We don't normally go to the clients, but she said, look, these are just messages. Please.
I'm nothing but very, very thankful to my wife. The same way that I'm heralding for you, for Lumiere, for House of Gaia, I also tell my friends how I appreciate my wife so much right now.
It was really her. It was really her. Months and months of talking to us.
Yeah.
What? There's months.
Yeah.
Months.
Yeah, and as the one who went to the doctor, to you, to the doctor.
She was washing me when I can't wash myself. She was feeding me. She was applying all the things that I should apply on my body. She was the one giving me the meds, everything. So that was the only time I realized I'm so lucky to have.
Right. Is there anything you want to say to Sir Dennis? I mean,
I'm just really happy that he's back. Happy that he's more positive. It's really difficult to deal with someone who's so negative. Diba? But every time you talk to him, I'm more optimistic because when it's the opposite, he doesn't, well, there's no point in doing it. He's always angry. It's just so difficult to talk to someone who's always angry.
You know, because I had the opportunity to speak with a lot of people like Sir Dennis. It's very hard for us to understand what they're going through. But if you talk to enough people who are suffering the way they were suffering, you'd have a little bit of an idea why they are like that, right? So
Yeah, but I've really believed in it. But I was really looking for ways to make him feel better. So
Yeah.
first is bringing him to the doctor, and then I met you, and then I told you, please, remember I told you, I said, I had to brief you about the person that he is,
Yes.
so that he doesn't
shots.
close the doors on you, right?
Right.
But he can also do that.
How can you not appreciate my wife? She brought me to the best hospital, gave me the best doctors, gave me the best team to help me. I love you.
Well, on that happy note, ladies and gentlemen, look, I hope you understand more clearly now why we do what it is that we do. I hope the story of Sir Dennis and Miss Vinci has inspired everybody here watching, no matter how bleak the situation is, right? Like you said, only 6% survive. 6%, right? No matter how bleak the situation is, there is always hope. You just have to find a way, and I wish you guys the best of luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Welcome. And I look forward to many, many more years
Yes.
doing this with you.
I'll
Right?
probably be the next.
So, so anyway, we're going to follow your journey for sure, right? The next time you come here 6 months from now, you're going to have the 15%.
As I said, and you can sing up with that one.
For sure. I have no doubt. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, this has been Mike Chan. To your looks and good health. Take care.
May I ask for a huge favor? If you're enjoying the show so far, could you kindly hit the like and subscribe button? We're very, very new on YouTube, and we'd like to grow the channel as fast as possible so we can change as many lives as soon as possible.